as Chaz tweeted earlier, welcome to the Dustbowl. In this game of Hunter the Reckoning, Changeling the Dreaming. Almost pulled a sneaky one on you.
Are you changing the campaigns already?
Thanks for the sub, Valernos.
No, we're actually just streaming the Christmas story again.
That was fun. Tom, you should have been there.
I was going to say that would have been funny if that's actually what the metadata still said. But yes, we are going back to the 1920s, 2 weeks in a row. Actually, 1930s, my apologies.
What's up, Yorkie?
Immersion broken, I'm leaving.
As we last found our intrepid motley traveling to a small town called Crucifixion, Texas, leaving out of San Antonio in order to investigate a prophesied dream given to many changelings across the Western world about a great work to be done in the near future, which would require them to foster some significant dreamers amongst the human population. So they are making their way to a small town in the northern panhandle known as Crucifixion, where upon their travels they came across a car where Adam used some creative mechanic solutions in order to help a family continue on their way to California to pursue their dreams. But amidst that, they seem to have some trouble with some chimerical beings, which gave off some ominous implications after their encounter. So we pick up immediately after that. What are your all thoughts, any communications you're having with each other after the last event?
So after speaking with the friendly immigrant gentleman who Adam pissed in his antifreeze, Hutch is beginning to think maybe if he's taking the wrong route with Avery. This whole time he's been thinking of the alcoholism as a disease instead of a symptom. And he's wondering if maybe doing what changelings do might help him out of this better than what he's been able to manage.
Just make a pact with the demon.
You want him to be like the crow where he just squeezes the heroin out of his arm? And just be like, bam, you're cured. Alcohol is gone.
I really don't think that's how that works. That lady had really bad withdrawals and then just sucked another dick for heroin.
No, she made eggs the next morning for her daughter. Things were looking up.
And enough. Maybe she just likes sucking dick.
Yeah, we just did it for fun.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. $15 is $15.
But yes, after calling upon the sovereign powers within the dreaming and the significant power of a 6-shooter and shooting a dust storm in its face, you guys kind of find yourselves in very dusty clothes in a car that is absolutely just filled with sand at the moment.
It's a good thing my duster is dusty.
As Avery kind of crawls out from under the back seat, he's like, "What the hell was that?"
Avery, you done blubbering? I told you we'd be fine.
Why are so angry at us?
That wasn't no normal dust storm, Hutch. Gosh,
yeah, I heard it get pretty bad out here.
You haven't left the city in a while there, Avery.
You gonna help me clean out the car or what? And I will actually just open the door and start shoveling out what I am.
Yeah, the moment you open the door, a small, just slide of sand starts to fall out of the vehicle. And I don't know when was the last time you remembered what it felt like to have your hair absolutely full of sand in your eyebrows, your beard, your mustache, your clothes.
But, considering where we live, like a month ago.
Lose 1 point of glamour.
Reared spits a Welsh curse word under his breath.
Was that Welsh I just heard?
What kind of cheap fucking nonsense is this?
There's only one Welshman I will tolerate.
So,
Matt Ryan.
Question, Josh.
Yes.
So-
answer.
Like I said, Avery wants to, Hutch wants to try and maybe to muse Avery to find some greater meaning in his life rather than trying to like take magical shortcuts the way he did before. My question is, this is my brother, I've grown up with him. Do I know him well enough to be able to make that perception kenning roll now? Can I draw on maybe some like childhood dreams that he had that I can encourage him to go for now? Or has the alcohol just completely skewered his personality to the point where he has to rebuild it from the ground up?
You can probably make some guesses from what you remember growing up with him, but as to whether that's where his mind and his heart are still at, that's probably something you'll have to try to rekindle your relationship with him to find out.
Nah, that sounds hard. Just give up.
I guess there's no time like the subject to broach the present. Or to... So, now that big scary dust storm's gone and, you managed to dry your eyes there, Avery, what do you want for yourself? My accent is slipping. I'm sorry, I'm very tired.
He kind of just gives you a look, and he's like, "What? What kind of time is that to be asking me that right now?"
We survived, didn't we? We got nothing but the open road and brand new starts ahead of us. This is the best time to ask that ever. There's a brand new start for you waiting for us, Avery. We can leave all that baggage behind. We can leave... I don't want to say we leave what Pa built behind, but... we can finally be our own men now. You can have a fresh start. All the demons that's been dogging you, they're back at home. They don't have to follow us. It's got to be worth something to you, ain't it?
He kind of looks forward at the road ahead of you guys and is like, "I'm going to need to see some proof that this place is really all you're making it out to be, brother."
Avery, I ain't promising you shit but an ashtray. But there's one thing I learned. It's what you do with that ashtray that counts. You can build a goddamn sandcastle and you get a shovel small enough.
Well, we'll see about that. Let's get the hell out of here, though.
But
Yeah, all right, but you might want to shovel out your seat first.
What'd you say, Xavier?
But first, we open the trunk.
And
Yusef, you pimp, what's going on?
Oh!
Oh yeah, I will dump the sluah out of the teacup.
My favorite Pokemon.
But yes, in case you guys didn't rewatch the video for Kyle and Melinda, you guys are currently on your way to Crucifixion, Texas, in an old beat-up jalopy, and there was some trouble with the sentient dust storm.
Neat. So where are we currently?
A good couple of hours outside of San Antone.
How far outside of San Antone?
That's a big question.
Like 15 minutes.
But we've been driving for hours.
You're going in a circle.
No matter how fast you drive through Texas, it always takes a day.
So all of us are just chilling in this jalopy?
Cars used to be pretty big. But,
yeah.
Except for...
Yeah,
No, we just slept through it, Kyle. It's okay.
Yeah, Monjarson is riding his horse.
Well, now y'all, I could try and make this go faster for it.
I can do that too.
I mean, if you'd like.
I mean, retroactive character knowledge, I did inform everybody that my brother was Canaan. So, I'm not opposed to it.
Oh, that's right.
See, here's the thing. This is the one thing that I haven't quite grokked from, coming from other World of Darkness games. Is like, I know we're not super keen on the Masquerade, but to what level does the Eskeat say, don't just walk up and go high on my ferry?
Just like,
No one's gonna believe you.
just keep it low along the road so he can't tell.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, the mists act much like what's it called in Werewolf?
Delirium.
He is Kinane. Kinane is what fairies call normies. The fairies are Kithane. And then if you're like mortal plus, you're enchanted.
If you're a really cool human, you're just a dreamer.
Yeah, I mean, the right of ignorance is pretty clear cut.
But yeah, the for the most part, the mist will act much as the delirium does, where he will rationalize some of the more enchanting things you are capable of doing.
He couldn't rationalize a fucking dust storm. I don't believe you.
Dope. I'm gonna make the car fly.
I mean, it's
all right. I'll wave my arm out one window.
Let me make the car fly.
You're not Kansas anymore.
No, but like actually fly.
We don't need no roads to work on there.
Yeah.
Sorry, how are you going to make the car fly? You're activating your arts and your rums?
Yes. I'm going to use Windrunner on the car itself. Prop.
Well, we'll see you in town, Ron Jurston.
Gonna grab the car and be like, well, up and away. And then just make it lift.
Alright, why don't you give me the activation roll and let's see how well you do.
Is it still 6 that I'm looking for?
Things are getting a little tougher as you're getting deeper into the Dustbowl. I'm going to say it's a 7 right now.
Yusuf, I know you were parodying Country Roads, but for some reason I read that in the tune of Karma Chameleon. It still works.
I got 5 of them. They're successes, friend.
All right.
So that's an hour per dot of glamour. So the car has flying for 5 hours?
Now give the car banding.
That's not till level 5.
Well, can I get rubber banding then?
Right? See, Yorkie gets it.
So you are slapping the side of this jalopy, infusing it with just a touch of your glamour, and you kind of feel it straining to come out of you, as there is a little around you to inspire it. It's almost... It is desolate, but it's almost a desolation of the soul as you see just absolute loss of plant life as even the cacti and the fauna of northern Texas have just kind of succumbed to miles and miles of sand. And as the car starts to pick up, Avery just immediately kind of leans his head over and starts to throw up. Is it? Good God, Hutch, what was in that moonshine? I feel like I'm flying.
I don't know, I found it in the back of the car.
He was in the back seat, so thankfully none of you are getting hit in the face unless you guys are flying right over Mon
Jarston, roll dodge.
Why are you guys like this?
Shoot the vomit out of the sky.
I could shoot you all down.
It's a UFO. Take it down.
Well, I mean, the car's gonna be flying, whether we're alive and based on how the ability works.
Just shoot the fuel line from underneath from the undercarriage.
Yeah, that's true. You could do that.
Shoot the brakes.
I don't know how stable gasoline or kerosene was back in the 1930s.
Some of the really old cars use like light gas.
Joke's on you, Daestra. My great-grandmother's in Portugal right now. Or she might be in Rhode Island. I'm not actually sure at what point.
So you can't just piss out the window? I've already used up all the piss.
You know, that's one of my great regrets, is that I never spoke to my great-grandmother about her life. She died when I was 10, and I was too young to give a fuck back then. But like now, looking back, this is a woman that, crossed the Atlantic? I don't know geography. This woman crossed the Atlantic. She lived through at least one world war, if not both. She had a hell of a story, and I was 10. Goddamn shame.
I'm not one of the players, Daestra, but I think at this point, some of my family has probably just arrived in the Americas from Spain. On my dad, that's on my mom's side. On my dad's side, my three times my great grandfather probably has been adopted on the Texas side of the border from Mexico for about 10 years at this point, maybe 15. And some other side of the non-Spanish side of my mother's family has been here the whole time, basically, as well as some of my other's father's side. But yes, my ancestry would be here at this point. Although West Texas, not North Texas.
Yeah.
I know exactly where mine are.
You can go see them.
I think mine are still like 30, 40 years from showing up.
Okay, so the car is flying. Justin, do you have any means of expediting your journey, or are you just going to start kind of trotting along?
I do not have a means of flight. Shockingly enough.
But you
Just jump.
I could. No, it's an animal. I don't think I could. I don't think I have the right thing.
It's technically
you
a
might not have the
chimera.
right
It doesn't
one.
change things.
Yeah, I think that would require nature or act on how you view the horse.
Can
Well,
I use
the thing is
Sovereign
that-
to make the horse fly?
Well, I could make the saddle fly, and that would
Just yank him right off the
technically
fucking mountain.
As Chaz is about to say, horse is a chimerical being, so technically you don't use I don't think you'd use nature. I think you'd have to use Fae.
Oh,
Yes.
that's true. I could do that.
It's a very
Actually,
powerful chimerical being.
that might actually help.
Then you need 5 dots of fate.
Is it 5?
Would I need 5?
I'm pretty sure Manifold Chimera is 3, but I don't actually know what 5 is off the top of my head. Oh yeah, and by the way, the Esquiat says that we're not supposed to reveal ourselves, but he's fucking half stewed anyway, so he's good. What was I looking up?
I think I would need 3. Holy chimerical objects. Yeah, I'd have to be 3.
You can spend a point of glamour to access realms you do not have.
I'm only on.
Yeah, I could, but we're going to hell, fairy hell. So
But we're going to hell.
Fairy hell.
Banking your glamour is not going to save you from banality. But the
I
guy
mean-
with the gun might.
we could string the horse if we have rope like tied to the bottom of the car.
String them.
You want to hang my horse?
Not like from the neck, like fashion some sort of harness. That way we don't have to leave your horse behind.
So the horse just is under us
No,
and
no.
it just kind of.
That's gonna be an interesting landing job.
Just smear them behind.
Just put the horse on top of the car. Problem solved.
Fae 5 is we just get to, it's like meta glamour. So we can just whammy cantrips, treasures, freeholds, whatever we want.
Oh hell yeah! It's a good thing I got Fae 5.
So technically you'd only need Fae 3 to
Yeah, but-
affect.
To move things along a little bit, if I'm not mistaken, Tom, your chimerical beast is 5 dots,
Yeah.
as it is literally Dustbowl horse.
Yeah. Despair.
Does it have any specific attributes that you gave it when you designed it?
Not at all.
Oh, great. Look, did you know it can fly?
It's a Pegasus.
How weird. It goes faster than any other horse, and it doesn't ever tire.
Pretty sure that's Glipnir, not the pale horse.
Well, Tom, have you ever seen a
It's not
dead
the same.
horse get tired?
I'm just saying, I've never seen Odin and Death in the same place.
No, Xavier. I've only seen a dead horse be so tired it doesn't move anymore.
If it's dead, how would it get
Man, I could wake up dead.
Well, I will assume that it being the literal horse despair, it probably doesn't get tired, but
That's
it
what I
probably can't. Yeah. It's probably not going to get tired. It probably is going to be a little faster than a normal horse. So I'm going to say
Let's just
that,
say it can go at a solid 90 miles per hour.
Jesus Christ.
On 1 horsepower. That's energy efficient.
well, you're making the car fly, right? You're technically not making it go faster, or is it affecting the speed of the object?
Well, there's no air resistance now. Or
It
ground resistance.
doesn't specify that, but this is pretty much how the concept of the flying carpet exists. So it's like you make it fly, but it doesn't specify.
How fast it goes?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say you're probably still going to have Hutch is probably still going to have to steer it, and it's probably still going at about 35 miles an hour if he's kind of pushing the gas a little bit.
I still have to use gas for this?
I would say no. Technically no, but you probably are going to have to.
Do I get torque on the air? I'm very
Okay.
the changeling
I-
player in me needs to know this.
I'm literally going to tell you, Chaz, it's magic.
I got 6 successes, so I'm just gonna make Tom's horse. And I will spend the point of glam to do so.
Are you going to allow your horse to do this, Tom?
I mean, I don't know if it has any trepidations about this.
It's Death's horse. You're not going to tell it what to do.
Or are you going to ask the horse how it feels about this?
What?
Are you gonna try to commune with the horse?
Easy, Gore.
You know what'd be the real bitch, Yorkie? We're fucking flying in the air, and I still find a way to get this fucker stuck in a ditch.
One of those nasty air ditches.
And we gotta call a fucking genie to tow us out. And they always overcharge you. The insurance company never covers you the whole way.
I mean, if you want, I cannot give your horse the ability to fly. That's cool too.
I mean, I quite frankly don't see how that's gonna really help us. I'll help you because you won't break down, but I mean, like, my horse also won't break down.
I mean, that's fair. I'll
If I
save
run
myself
out
the-
of gas in the sky, is
Ah,
it like just straight down, or can I like coast to a landing and put the bitch in neutral?
I'll say if it runs out of gas, you can probably coast it down, as it's not going to shut down all at once. Much like the real car, there's going to be a bit of a sputtering as it kind of comes to a stall.
But I don't think this would use gas, considering you can do this with a rug.
No, I know.
you don't. Wait, hang on.
I
What's
mean,
your
we
gas
still have
mileage on
the-
your rug?
But we don't know that. You're still pushing the
I mean,
gas
Grant,
pedal down.
we could always have it sputter out, like when the end of the ability.
I like what Yorkie said. You run out of gas, it just stops, and you can't move anymore.
Yeah. It's like, oh man, you don't have Wayfarer? Man, so you guys are gonna be stuck up here. Sorry. No, actually, if the time limit hits and we don't land it by then, it will just fall out of the sky.
Okay.
And it does not. Yeah, it does not provide safe landing. It's up to you.
Well, it's a good thing we're not too high up.
What you have to do is jump in the air before it crashes.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
You see a changeling?
Oh, Adam.
You asked for a car to get here. You didn't ask for a car to keep you there.
I miss Mythbusters.
So we'll go with the flying car and Death's horse speeding away. Unless there are any objections to how things are currently going.
No.
Nah.
Let's get the fuck over.
Yeah, I will sky floor it.
Those of you who would probably hit the hardest would definitely be Riker Redwind, as you've already seen as the mid-Texas, almost kind of river, plains, grasslands start to turn more and more into desert. And it's not the kind of desert you see out in West Texas or that you would have experienced going through Sonora, Mexico. It's not even the almost kind of mystical sands that you experience in tales like 1001 Nights or Arabian Nights.
Or 1,000 Ways to Die in the West.
Even worse than that what is it, Seth MacFarlane movie.
People die at the.
There's a stillness to it, and a dry calmness is life other than sand and wind seems to completely sputtered out. And you guys, even flying in the air, kind of feel how hot the air is hitting your face. It's not a relieving kind of wind. It's the kind of wind that sucks the moisture out of your lips and leaves it cracked, leaves your eyes red.
Von Morrison, I guess my cat can pull the car like a sleigh.
What arts do you have? What arts do you have?
What arts do I have? Hang on, I'm kind of blind. I have Autumn, Metamorphosis, and Primal.
Huh.
If you get two cats and you can make them into very big cats, you could pull a sled like Freya's two cats did.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I could just give a sleigh to you that has flying. That is a possibility.
Okay.
Sure.
But is it as cool as being a Norse goddess having a sleigh being pulled by two giant house cats?
I mean, it would still do that, but why? Weight does not become a concern once it's on a flying object. So the cats are still on the ground; they'll get traction. So it's weightless. So realistically, you'd be moving as fast as a house cat runs, 30 miles.
I didn't know cats could move that fast.
Oh yeah, man, they're sprinty little bastards.
I just have two cheetahs.
Yeah.
Arts is the Fey equivalent of disciplines, and realms is what we can actually target with them.
Yeah, so in a way, their fairy powers are kind of split. They have the area of reality or the magic they can affect, and then they have what they can apply that magic to.
So the realm of Fey means we can target other fairies, chimeras, which are like dream creatures, and uses of glamour in general. Actor is what we use to hit normies. Prop means that we can target like items. Nature would allow us to like enchant trees or rocks or whatever is around what have you.
Bush.
Scene just lets us affect the environment. So
Or like a room.
So it is in a way more open-ended than Vampire's disciplines. However, it's also more specialized.
It's almost kind of between a discipline and mage powers. The spears. I guess it's also kind of closer to demon's powers.
Lores.
Yeah, lores. What aspect of creation can I affect?
Only time and space.
So back down on the ground, Mon Jarston. In a weird way, your horse, even though not expressing any kind of comfort, seems to be right at home here, surrounded by death, desolation, and even the oncoming feeling of despair as the the road you've been following seems to become much more, I want to say tactile, but you can sort of see that the roads that the horse has been trodden are starting to become more used as you all are starting to approach the city of Crucifixion. And those of you in the sky can clearly see that what appeared to be, what should be farmhouses and ranches kind of spread out, but just almost differentiated by distance at this point, as any kind of line that would have been drawn by different kind of crops and soils and irrigation lines have just completely blended into the dust.
Oh, looks like this town's got cholera.
The black shits.
Yeah, everybody was in the car Daestra except for Mon Jarson, who's riding Death's Pale Horse.
And I'm pretty sure we just folded up the Slua and stuck her in somebody's pocket.
Yeah.
Because I'm like Jello.
She's in my bottle.
I'm sorry, what?
No, Adam. No, Adam. We're not putting anything in a jar.
Oh, God.
And it'll be Mon Jarson who sees it, since the rest of you guys are probably a little bit up in the air, but you will see the wooden sign just on the outskirts of these desolated farmlands that reads, "Welcome to Crucifixion, Texas."
I guess at this point, once we start getting close to the city limits, I don't actually know if I know how to do this, so I'm just gonna kind of point the nose down of the car and try and get us back on the road before any normies see us.
Can you demonstrate how you do that on a wheel?
Well, I don't think I use the wheel so much, right? I just kind of pound the floor with my foot, and then hopefully I don't overshoot it and nose dive straight down.
Yeah, the controls are intuitive. It's fine.
Can you land on top of
Because it's Screwdar's art and realm being activated, I think technically he's the one that has to kind of bring it back down.
Okay.
Snap back to reality.
Oh, there goes gravity.
Is this
Mom
what you do on the
spaghetti.
train, Kudar? Is this what you do on the train? You make the fly too, Kudar?
I suppose I could, but landing on the road or back on rails with a train car is not exactly easy.
I see.
So as you guys come down to land, back on the more trodden roads, you can see these houses almost stripped of paint by the sand, and you'll occasionally see people coming out trying to sweep the porch, trying to clear the gutters under the windows and things like that. And these people are absolutely weather beaten, not just by the sun, their skin tanned and baked, but they got this empty look in their eyes as though they're looking at you but looking through you and past you at the same time. Perhaps curious about what these strangers are doing passing through their town, but not curious enough to get involved at this point.
What are y'all looking at? You know what? It ain't polite to stare.
You'll see some kids kind of up against a wooden fence post, probably made out of, I don't know if it'd be mesquite wood over here or post oak, but they'll kind of run back into their home. You see the kids aren't exactly well dressed. The boys probably wearing nothing but a cheap coarse denim, and the girls are wearing dresses made out of flour sacks.
Well, first things first, we should try to find some quarters, somewhere to stay, somewhere to sleep that's not in the middle of a dust storm. Do we stay together or do we split?
Now, I'm assuming you guys are kind of landing next to the horse.
Sounds good. But yeah, let's go with that.
On top of Death's horse.
We haven't given up on dragging the horse across the asphalt yet.
Suppose we should stick together? Seems simpler.
Yep.
I would also
As far as
be
getting-
together.
That way, You don't get lost in the new town.
Does Hutch see anything that might resemble some kind of inn or saloon or any kind of like central meeting place, or are we just going to have to go knocking around on some farmhouse and asking for a night in the stables?
If you want, you absolutely can. You can absolutely Jesus and Mary and Nazareth this. But
It's bound to be a hobo camp around here.
Please, this woman's pregnant. We don't know who the father is.
We're talking about
all of you.
We don't know who the father is.
Why do you want to hurt her?
But just from a general knowledge of running a good store and running moonshine at one point in your life, you're probably out in the shares right now. You're not quite in. You're in Crucifixion city limits, but you're not at the basically where the town is centralized. These are the shares and the farms at this point.
Yes, you said that's the Godfather's thing. You said the only person.
I haven't seen Tokyo Godfathers.
The best person to be.
What's up?
I suppose if the consensus is that we're sticking together, Hutch is driving into the city proper.
Man, we're gonna do so well on gas.
Hey, we have a mechanic.
Just piss in the gas tank. We'll be fine.
Whenever you just dig oil underneath that.
Oh, that's right. This is dig for oil.
Adam, you know that stuff gets refined before it's gasoline, right?
No, we'll just stick it in there. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
It explodes.
You'd also be asking the changeling of the native spirits of the earth to rip the earth blood out of it, basically.
I'll take the whole damn town with me.
It's just fucking liquefied dinosaurs. Stop being a baby.
They had their time, damn it.
So that's why it's so expensive. It's liquid exploding dinosaurs. What do you want?
Avery seems to be kind of getting his bearings again now that the car's landed, and he's just like, good God, damn Hutch. Think you're the worst driver I know.
You're gonna make him turn to like hard drugs when you get the next high.
You're gonna harden your follower.
Now you and I both know that's bullshit. You remember that time Daddy got caught by them fucking sheriffs up by Amarillo? And he didn't want no ticket? That was the worst goddamn driver I ever saw. I'm at least better than that.
Yeah, I'll give you that, but this isn't exactly the land of opportunity I was expecting from your description.
It's not the place we're going, it's
you-
what we're doing.
I think you haven't been listening to my description. I told you this was a place that needed help. I told you this was a place that needed people that could work. But I told you this is a place where a man can build something if he's willing to dig in with his own two hands. And I ain't lied to you yet.
I got 2 feet too to dig it. To build it up.
Besides, what are you going to do back home? You sleep off another bender in Daddy's barn?
All right. I said I'd give it a chance, but well, it sure as hell isn't San Antone.
It ain't San Antonio. It might just be better for us. Just relax. Just a little bit. Just give me that much. A little bit of a benefit of the doubt. And we can work wonders here, brother. I never told you it'd be easy. I told you it was possible. Sometimes that's all a man needs.
So how is the Numazoho kind of taking this all in, Xavier?
I see that this land is clearly suffering. So as soon as we find a place to lodge, I'm probably going to look for a nice place to talk to the spirits.
Me too. Except different kind of spirits.
I'm gonna get
Your
me a
spirit
drink.
speech is a bit slurred.
My spirit speeds like to have fun.
So it takes a little bit, but once you're out of the shares, you're moving a little faster than most people would coming into town. Did we lose somebody?
He came back.
Don't worry.
What's up?
I'm back, don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Don't call it a comeback.
I think we're in the last year of Prohibition.
Wait, what year is this?
It's 33, isn't it?
19 what?
1933?
1933.
Let's double check that real quick.
I'm not sure about that.
So it was the 18th.
I think it was
right?
18th Amendment. I think that was repealed in 1932, actually, if I remember correctly.
Really?
Yes.
I could absolutely be a year off.
Prohibition was appealed December 5th, 1933. You guys are... I did say that it was August. You guys are about 4 months away from Prohibition.
Oh no!
Oh,
We're so close.
I'm not saying you couldn't have gone to a bar, but
they were everywhere.
yeah. If Prohibition might have said you can't drink alcohol, it doesn't mean people stop drinking and producing alcohol.
But this is Texas, damn it.
Yeah. Middle of fucking nowhere, Texas.
You say this is Texas, damn it, but I'd like to remind you that in 2021, liquor stores are still closed on Sundays.
And that in 2021, stormed the U.S.
And that affects me in no way whatsoever.
Laws aren't really followed here.
Laws are merely suggestions.
I'm already an outlaw.
Drinking alcohol is probably one of the least illegal things you've done. Or it's on the lower tier of illegal things you have done. I would assume.
Yeah.
But it's probably a good couple of hours, probably about an hour and a half before you completely leave the shares and start to enter what could be considered a main street, as the street finally starts to become actually paved with some nice asphalt. And you come into what is what could be considered mainstream crucifixion, and it is pretty dead considering you guys left relatively early in the morning. You've probably been traveling a good 12 to 16 hours at this point. Yeah, you guys left at high noon, so at this point, probably 12, 16 hours. It's either midnight or about 4 in the morning.
It's hot.
Jesus Christ. High moon.
I still love that whole cowboys are just reverse witches. So, yeah, giving you a magical flying saddle would be pretty on brand.
So in that case, I'll go with it's about 4 in the morning. You guys are probably, your mortal bodies are feeling a little haggard, but your spirits are strong, or at least they would be. As you kind of come closer and closer to the center of this town, you can just feel banality almost as a physical presence starting to weigh upon your fey bodies.
What are those kids doing out so damn late?
If it was 3 in the morning, they legitimately might be going out to start to do work.
It's true.
As we forget just how fucking early people used to have to wake up to try to do farming even during the Dust Bowl. As even in the midst of the Dust Bowl, farming did not stop. It just became very, very, very difficult. And farming techniques probably used during the time only exasperated the situation until they kind of figured some things out. But yeah, it's about 4 in the morning, and the city is barely starting to come to life, and you can feel that weight in you. In San Antonio, even though it was kind of stiff and deadened and dying, rotting, however you want to put it, there was still a little glamour in the air. But here, it's almost like walking through a vacuum, magically speaking.
A Dyson vacuum.
No loss of suction.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, coming into Main Street Crucifixion, there's a couple of businesses that you can see are still kind of holding on. It looks like there's some kind of there's a diner. There's a a gas and auto shop. Closed down, you can see that there is a library, a movie theater that seem to be shuttered. And there's probably, you guys are probably one of the only cars kind of actively running at this point, but there might be people on horseback going about the early business to go pick up mail at the post office before they get to trying to revitalize their crops and see what little meager plants are still struggling to grow on their failing shares.
Don't worry, we can fix that. I'm sure someone will, anyways.
Adam will water the plants.
With your head.
My magical fey magic piss.
Is that how this character's going to be weird? This is the golden shower character?
This is the piss and foot fetish guy. God damn
Damn it. Absolutely disgusting.
I can't wait for the Paul Tinkerton fucking Annabelle crossover.
This is 100% authentic Adam, though. This isn't anybody. This isn't the character that was made for him.
And isn't it glorious? We always get the best stuff. Like undiluted Adam is just mwah.
No.
I mean, hey, if you like piss and feet, man, that's you do you.
I mean, it's fucking weird, but it is primo Adam.
I'm gonna cover all the tags. Okay, guys, one of these days. One day.
Yeah, you're the piss guy now, Adam. You have fun with that.
Always gotta have a piss guy.
Every group's got to have a foot and pee guy. Usually they're different people. And if your group doesn't, congratulations, you're them.
If you're not your group's, if you don't know who the weirdo in your group is, it might be you.
Multi-class. Damn it.
Yeah, from the few folks probably going to the early morning diner, picking up their mail, and going about whatever basic businesses are still running, you guys are getting some funny looks.
Like, haha, funny?
No more,
Funny like a clown?
more what you doing in my town, boy, kind of look.
Oh, who's shooting me that
no.
look?
Because I'm gonna shoot something else.
I'll say there's an old handlebarred mustache cowboy kind of saddling his horse up outside of the diner/automat.
Hi, Matthew.
I don't think we have an
What's
automat.
up?
Probably just a diner.
Boy, anyone teach you any manners? Or
Okay. Boy,
your mama that much of a failure as you are.
you see him kind of spit some chewing tobacco from out of his lip. These goddamn outsiders.
Oh, I'm just joshing you.
But my name's Gilb.
You got a kind face, mister.
The kind I like to punch.
You got a funny little face there, mister.
You kind of see him rolling the dip under his lip as he's kind of licking you up and down. Why
Holy
don't you
shit,
get
Hassan,
your business
how's it
done
going?
here?
Thanks, buddy.
Didn't hear you. Oh,
It's okay.
did get a.
Hassan,
Somebody subscribed with
how are
Prime.
you?
You're a meshy.
Woo.
You're meshy.
Yeah.
You scare you're a meshy?
That's my friend.
Nice.
Hassan is super cool people. It is good to have you here, buddy.
Yay!
That was like one of the enemies of my teens was Yu Yu Hakusho.
Same.
Is Yu Yu Hakusho a game of Wraith or is it a game of Hunter?
Demon Hunter X.
What's that?
Right.
What did you say, Xavier?
Demon Hunter X.
No.
They're the Asian hunters.
But the old man, after rolling some dip around in his lip, tells you to get your business done and to keep on moving, Okie.
You know, I don't think I will. Maybe I'll just stick around for as long as I damn well want.
Hutch is currently trying to decide how much of this is his problem.
Yeah, you guys are coming to town. Some old mustachioed cowboy is giving Mon Jarston a bit of the business, although it might be the other way around.
Alright. I'll deal with this.
I'll say a small crowd, probably we'll say somewhere between like 4 to 8 people are kind of coming out of the diner for the early morning breakfast, kind of seeing what's going on out here.
All right, I'll pull over the car. Hutch is going to approach too.
All right. I will say Riker Redwind said he was going to act first, so what's he going to do?
I'm gonna look
Does
at
he
this
jump out
after-
of the car, though?
He's gonna
Yeah,
punch Avery.
absolutely. You're going like 2 miles an hour. I don't give a fuck.
Let the roll.
So yeah, I'll look at this man and say, "Why don't you mind your own business? We'll leave when we're done."
Oh, we don't know who this is. This
Well,
could
I
be the
don't give a
fucking
fuck.
constable of the goddamn town that you were just shitting all over, and you were about to stick this fucker right on ultra violence.
That's fine.
Hey, I'm not being violent with him. I'm just telling him to mind his own damn business.
No, I mean we're playing on hard mode now that you're pissing off this old fucking cowboy and whatever fucking posse he's got in his back pocket. And I'm sure you guys can handle it. I'm sure you can fucking just paint this fucking town with him and every other NPC Josh probably made over the past 2 weeks. But I'm the guy that has to deal with the fallout.
Because if we kill everybody, we'll find out who the fate is faster.
If you're done complaining, Josh, I would like to roll manipulation intimidation.
I wasn't complaining. You could have done complaining, Josh.
Apologies. If you're done complaining, comma.
I think it's more of a period, but you do you.
Go ahead, Xavier.
I'm good at this. I'm really good at this. Woo!
Explosion.
That's a lot of successes.
What the fuck was that sound?
It was Xavier's Native American calling.
It's his
That was racist.
That was mildly racist.
But Xavier laughs, so I called
That was a
you.
little racist. Oh my god.
It's okay, I'm used to it. That is 7 goddamn
Well,
successes.
X, how about next time you don't be a stereotype?
You know what, Melinda? Suck a dick. So yes,
So
7 successes tell this man to show his fucking face.
how tall is Riker Redwind? About how many? What's his height?
Did I give him the? Okay, no.
You didn't pick
I
giant
couldn't
size
say-
here.
Yeah. Think of a chief from Wolf of the Cuckoo's Nest.
I was about to say Clockwork Orange, but I meant in my head I was trying to think of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yes.
My brain went to movie titles involving clocks in the 70s.
You know what, Josh? I also get those titles mixed up for some odd reason.
That's right.
Yes.
So you're a pretty big guy. You're probably reaching the limits of natural human height at about 6'4". Not that there are people bigger than that, but when it comes to big guys around this time, you're probably coming a good couple of 4 to 6 inches of height in this man.
Yeah.
And he kind of tries to square up a little bit, but looking at the meat mountain that you are, the scars on your face, and the implied threat in your voice, and so you need to keep your partner there on a short leash there, Chief.
Just because his skin tone's different doesn't mean he's an animal.
I wasn't talking to you, boy. A little far from the res, though, ain't you, Chief?
Oh, Hassan, you're not a freak.
Well, I mean, we are technically traveling north, so it would seem we're traveling back to the res, because they're all in Oklahoma.
I'm here to fix something. That's it.
Your attitude.
Oh, God.
I do like that the Old West cowboy and the Native American warrior have immediately started to pair up into a sort of lethal weapon duo.
I'm too old for this shit.
Really, you went Lethal Weapon and not Lone Ranger and Tonto? I
I'm
guess
a little too spot on. Also, my wife would beat me.
I was gonna say that they seem to have more of a Mel Gibson, Donald Glover kind of vibe than Lone Ranger and Tonto.
You're Mel Gibson.
Oh, I'm racist ass Melly Gibson's.
fucking miss
Is this
Kingpin.
man wearing a hat?
No, he's probably wearing a cowboy hat. Come on, it's the
Right.
1933 in Texas cow.
True. All right, I'm gonna make his hat jump off his head. Just as
Are you
an
gonna-
aside.
Okay.
Good distraction.
All right, I've already gotten enough successes. I'm gonna not finish rolling that. So it just pops it off his head like in the air.
Yeah, as he's kind of trying to mean mug and give you guys a tough talk, the stiff breeze kind of blows his hat off his head, and he kind of turns to catch it as it slips right out of his hand, and he kind of has to do that kind of awkward half step backwards to try to grab it as it slips away again, and it swirls once more in the air, and he kind of tumbles forward and grabs it in both of his hands. A bit of a chuckle is coming from the crowd, kind of starting to enter the diner as the tension isn't exactly relieved, but it seems as though any altercation has been stifled.
Careful now, I don't want to trip.
I'll pat him on the shoulder. See you around.
As walk into the diner, I'll say, "See you around there, Butterfingers."
So for how are the rest of you kind of taking this town in so far?
I'm
So
hungry.
when everybody, or I guess whoever is returning to the car, returns to the car.
Hey, we
So
should
then,
probably-
all team building exercise. How could that have gone worse?
I'm in the diner.
We can go back out there and find out, but
I'm,
I'm hungry.
yeah,
Well,
Mr. Johnston's hungry.
Jackson could have shot him. Could have gone worse.
So you're telling the man, "See you later, Butterfingers," and immediately kind of sitting down?
Going into the diner and sitting down.
Well, so you're basically following him, being like, "See you later."
Oh, I didn't know that's where he. I thought he was outside the diner.
Yeah, he was about to head in.
He's walking in.
yeah, I thought we went in like right before him. He was trying to catch his hat.
Yeah, he was trying to catch his. Okay, I kind of get what you're trying to say. So in that case, he's probably stepping in after you then, if you're going into the diner.
Yeah, it's like a classic walk away scene. Everyone gets in their last jabs.
I want his usual seat.
I'm gonna sit there.
Like we met the town asshole, like walking to the diner. Like, you see that guy? Where does he like to sit? And everyone's like, "Oh yeah, he's right there." Like that guy.
He's the sheriff, though.
Maybe.
Johnston does not get along with sheriffs.
He killed the last one he met. So I'm assuming you guys, for the most part, are regrouping, with the exception of Mon Jarston heading into the diner.
HCG, how's it going, buddy?
Hey.
Hi, Hot Trash.
Yo.
Yeah, current objective is to find a place for us to sleep.
Should probably do it on the border of the town though, because the banality is killing us.
The what now?
Well, that's banality, right?
I didn't hear what you said.
He's saying the banality is killing you guys.
So we should probably do it on like, near the edge
I mean,
of
it's
town.
not, we're not gonna die. We might die if we stay here, but it's not gonna be like overnight.
Yeah, the environment itself does not have any glamour to give you right now. If you were to try to take glamour, you're gonna have to try to take it from people. However, if you're in a banality zone, most people aren't gonna have any glamour whatsoever.
So we have to-
You are currently playing Changeling on hard mode, as you will have to inspire glamour out of people, essentially.
I don't even get that.
Yeah, unless you're the Numa Zoho who has to find some way to literally fix the earth to pull glamour out of it. Or medicine, as he calls it.
I'll just take your guys' glamour. We're sure like that.
It is everyone's glamour.
I was the true Red Menace all along.
It came from within.
Yeah, you guys see Mon Jarson kind of
In
step.
Soviet depression.
Thanks,
Damn.
HTG.
For the bits, yes.
We
Yo.
lost Josh.
Bam.
Oh, he's the important one.
True, he is.
Kyle is now the storyteller.
All right,
No.
we're switching back to.
One time at bank.
Did you just one time at band camp us in the year 2021?
Yes.
I missed high school too. I guess it's alright. Who the fuck is Changeling? There we go. Well, no, I have that because that happens all the time. So I just have a little extra scene on the OBS that just is the Discord, and it works fine.
Yes, the storyteller is back.
Prove it.
Tell us a story.
I am currently
Personally,
telling you a story.
I don't know anyone who's fucked a pie, including myself, but I know a guy who's fucked a couch, and that was a weird night.
I mean, we
Not in
both
the
met
way
Nolan,
you think
so
you would have.
my bar is officially pretty low.
Did you microwave the couch though?
Did you
Huh?
microwave it? Is that what you said?
That's what the.
He microwaved
Okay.
the whole couch.
Adam,
I know.
think about this logistically for a second.
You need a big microwave. It's,
The whole couch.
Okay, look, so you wrap it in tinfoil, right? Step 1. Step 2, hair dryer.
Boom.
I'm either not high enough or too high for this moment. Because am I having a stroke?
Part 3, profit.
I will go with the group at the car first. What are you guys kind of doing right now?
Continuing on to the next motel, inn,
Go to the next town.
saloon.
I can see I've got my work cut out for me here, but just meet me halfway on this. Don't forget we're here to help these people, and we're currently in a town of less than 500, and we stick out like sore thumbs. Everyone that gathered in that crowd is going to know who we are from the moment we see them next, and I feel like the difficulty of our assignment has just escalated. Perhaps we should
Make
be...
no mistake yourself. I'm not here to help the people. I'm here to help the earth.
Well, you can tear off on whatever cavalier quest you've set out for yourself. However, what the Duke asked of us was to nurture the dreamers, and that's what I've come here to do, and that's what the rest of them have come here to do.
I won't stop you from doing that.
You're kind of making it a little difficult, friend.
Ah, come on now, Hutch. I wanted to see Geronimo over here give that man a good whooping.
Wait, are we all in the diner, or am I just the only one there?
I
No, I
think
think you're currently the only one who walked in. I'm just kind of resolving what they're doing first.
Oh, I thought we all walked in.
If you
Avery,
wanna
now
go
I
to
know
the-
that the booze hasn't
Yeah.
rattled your brain to the point you don't know what the value of making a good first impression is. All right, this is our new community, and I would like to not have to face the guy that got his ass whooped or whooped somebody's ass day in day out and associate us with that. At least let's give it a week before we completely blow our reputation out the window.
Give one.
I will say, Record Woodwind, that that comment about the reservation didn't seem to just be some kind of aside that the man made.
I am indeed very far.
The implication being that the shares of the community of the sharecroppers probably isn't the only community nearby.
Yeah. So I can look for them too.
But if you're looking for a hotel, there's one right here on Main Street, but it seems to be pretty thoroughly boarded up.
Thoroughly
That means
boarded
free
up
rent.
as enclosed?
Yeah, that means free rent.
Actually,
True.
you know what? That's not the worst idea.
Got a house.
We could use it.
Huh.
It's the most
Yeah,
sturdy
we're
thing you
taking
guys can do.
this. What? Yeah, which one here?
What if we just
Honestly,
see
Water's rights.
It'll be shelter for any storms.
Any
Hold
more
on 1
feast
second.
storms?
I have a dot in law and I have 4 dots in politics. Can I make some kind of roll to know how Hutch might go about acquiring the deed for this?
I will say yes. If you can, you can go and give me some kind of give me intelligence law.
Int law, you say?
I'm assuming that's going to be somewhat of a specialty for you.
Well, you might assume a bit much. Hutch is social focused, he's not mental focused, he's not dumb. I got 4 dice for that. What's my difficulty?
I'll say difficulty 6.
Okay.
It wouldn't be the first time you bought property, considering you own a general store that was not inherited from your family.
2 successes.
2 successes. The general idea is you're probably going to have to go to a mayor's office, or whatever functions as city government in this case.
Who the fuck is a mirror?
That Jew we just pissed off.
Oh, that's gonna bite us, I promise. And if it doesn't, Josh, you're too nice.
Hey,
That
guys,
is the
tough with
perfect.
these
What's the word I'm looking for? Like poetic justice for that belligerence. Yeah, Hutch has his objective for tomorrow.
But where will you sleep, considering... It's up to you if you guys just want to try to keep going without any kind of rest. I know changeling bodies aren't quite demon bodies, but you are still physically human in some sense. And you guys have essentially pulled an all-nighter road trip. Not that the horse is any worse for wear.
All right, let's put it to a vote then.
Oh,
The
come get the
building
car.
there, I want it. Now, I might be able to fast-talk the cops if they come knocking tonight. Though, I'd rather not make necessarily that first impression. What say you? Do we sleep here tonight and hope no one notices, or do we find a more vacant establishment?
That's pretty vacant.
How much more vacant does it get than this?
It's
Legal.
dilapidated.
Vacant.
I mean, this place probably is pretty legally vacant as is. So, might as well just shack up here.
I
We're
tear
considering
the
it.
planks off.
What'd you say, George?
I'm gonna tear the boards off and walk in.
Just through the front door?
Still at the
Yeah.
diner.
Was Krudar going into the diner, or is he gonna stick with the car? Now that you know there's essentially a bit of a split right now.
How's it going, Stripey?
Oh, I was muted. I'm sorry. Hi, Stripey.
How does Avery weigh in? He's hearing that, and it probably is worded different in Hutch's shit kicker voice that he hears, but the gist is going to be about the same.
Avery's gonna weigh in that he doesn't exactly know where the hell else y'all are gonna sleep. It's not exactly like y'all got any kinfolk around here.
We ain't no strangers to getting our hands dirty, Avery. Maybe one more night before we get that new beginning going. But tomorrow that building's mine.
So as you guys are kind of weighing in on each other, Riker Redwin is going up to the... well, how many dots in strength do you have? I'm assuming more than 5, Xavier?
Why would you assume that? No, I only have the 4. Don't be ridiculous. I didn't go for the 9 strength build.
But I can give you more strength, though.
You color me surprised.
I just had 5 in the other 2.
Okay, so you just 5 dex, 5 stamina, okay. But yeah, Riker Redwin, without much difficulty, is pulling boards with the nails still attached out of the front door.
Pull the door
One
out.
favor, though, if I may ask. Should any local law enforcement come knocking, please do wake me immediately. I would like, shall we say, first thrust at spinning our cover story.
Sure.
Then you could think about the door.
Well, works for me, I suppose. I've made greater sacrifices.
So who else is going to the Main Street Diner other than Mr. Mon Jarston?
I figured I was breaking into a abandoned building.
We'll look for food in the abandoned building.
Hey, Pazuzu, how's it going?
Great song.
I was thinking of much like Tom, I was thinking of the professor in Futurama.
Yeah. His pack of Pazuzu.
No, his Pazuzu was his pet, his gargoyle.
Oh, yeah.
But the gargoyle did owe him one. So, Mondraston, it's kind of difficult to tell if this man has a regular seat, but there is a... I will say this is definitely one of those prefabricated diners you could have found in a lot of different towns within the 20s, probably essentially a cart that's kind of been implemented into a lot, made out of probably steel on the outside. And apparently I am very loud compared to everybody else.
Speak quietly, Josh.
No one else told us. Jeez, guys.
Yeah. Just want to hear Josh's voice in stereo.
My smooth tenor 1 voice.
Just do ASMR, Josh. It'll fix itself.
What?
I'm awake, everyone. Where am I? Am I dreaming already?
Adam, how high are you right now?
Only like 2 beers in, so...
How high are you? I got him a couple beers in.
I think that there's your answer, Kyle.
Yep. Yep. I love you, Adam. I love you.
Oh, I don't have 1 dot in tenor, but when I was in choir and I had to do the piano test to see where my vocal range was, I was a tenor 1.
I too was a 10.
I don't know what I am.
I have no idea.
I had a friend who did take singing lessons tell me that I was probably a bass. But
You were what?
that was probably a bass. But other than her honestly rather unqualified opinion, I have nothing to go on.
Unqualified opinion.
I mean it was Sango. No disrespect to her, but
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah, you get it. So
Yeah.
Kyle's assumed respect just went right out the window. I don't know who you guys are talking about, though. But yeah, I was the lower of the 2 tenors. I think tenor 2 is above, but if tenor 2 is the lower one, then I think I know I was a lower of the two registers. I am for men, I am towards the higher register, but when it comes to singing voices, but I am not at the very tippy top when it comes to high notes. I am capable of singing.
Oh, Nature posted something. Chitty. I love it, Daestra. I love
See
it.
what this is.
Oh no.
Is there a meme in the front lobby?
Changeling.
That's pretty fantastic.
I'm
Oh
in
my
a
god, there's a
meme.
new Daestra meme?
Now we know what our background is.
Right. Yeah, next time you send out the blast, you know what to send out, Chaz.
Oh my god, this is fucking wonderful. Daestra, can I use this as a
Why the
thumbnail?
feet?
Like, are you cool with that?
Their feet, and it's, or is there?
Oh, I didn't even notice them on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I just barely saw myself.
Yeah, dude, that is dope as fuck. You are incredible, man. We do
That's-
not fucking deserve you.
I'm so happy. Because on top of it is like, or it's not even, like that's kind of the idea I had in my head. It's like fucking Boyle's Magic School Bus, chitty bang wing bullshit, and then here you are coming in chitty changeling. You're like, oh, I love puns. That's A plus.
You about done yourself this time, Daestra?
Also, file name.
Yeah, so there. Yeah, like I said, this is a pretty standardized, fabricated dining cart that you would have seen in a lot of places all over the country. So it's got like those vinyl booths and the round seats at what is essentially a bar with a window
A
where you can
stool?
see the kitchen. Yeah, the stools at the bar, where you can kind of see a window that leads to the back of the very large trailer, where there's a cook probably working in the back, and yeah, behind the bar there's a woman probably about, as you can tell by her somewhat haggard look and not being done up, considering makeup isn't exactly something most people can afford right now, with a middle-aged woman, her red hair kind of starting to go white at some points, looking to make what seems to be some instant coffee in a pot, as well as a few other of these, what I will say you will probably assume to be yokels, as the older cowboy kind of steps in, pretty miffed to see that you are in the regular dining establishment.
Then I'll go and take a seat at the bar.
That bar with that beautiful linoleum countertop,
Oh,
meant to look like marble. Yeah, she as the waitress kind of comes up, is gonna help you, stranger.
well, I would hope so. I would like to get some nourishment.
So that, well, this is the finest place you're gonna find to eat here in Crucifixion.
Yeah, I gotta say, this is a pretty drab town. Drab town.
Yeah, the locals kind of, they're not actively saying anything, as you are clearly cutting an intimidating figure, especially with your Native American friend kind of having made quite the implication, if with nothing else but his presence.
You have,
She's like, well,
you have that blood discipline?
as the waitress kind of comes in, well, things have been awfully rough around here. I would have to agree.
Yeah, I mean, is there anything interesting besides, well, the I guess watching the tumbleweeds in this town?
Yeah, we taste them too.
The town delicacy.
Oh, God.
She's kind of pouring you a coffee and putting it in a mug and pouring one for the older cowboy, kind of probably sitting at the far end of the bar, trying to be as far away from you as possible. I'm going to kind of assume you're sitting at the end closer to the door.
I'm sitting in the middle. No, I'll sit at the end. I take the seat next to him.
There's also one of the other patrons of the diner kind of not getting up from his booth, but he says, well, if you don't like the stats so much, why don't you just finish your coffee and go on and get going? If you don't like our dusty little town.
Now, I need you to quiet your mouth, because I quite frankly don't think you like your town.
And he'll kind of drop the coffee mug on the table. He's like, this used to be a fun town. Before all those folks up in New York on Wall Street ruined everything. I don't know how they did it, but ever since all the banks went and turned up, all the land started dying.
Is that what you've been told?
There's a guy called was your vampire's name? Josh.
What's up?
There's
if this chronicle exists in the same canon as our vampire games, and technically yes, the situation is my fault.
yeah.
Nice.
Oh, the economic destruction would be Mark's fault, not the literal dying of the earth part.
You did this.
If it wasn't for Mark, there would be no Nines Rodriguez, is all I'm saying.
What a wonderfully venture way to parlay that into fan favor.
It's a bit
I
like...
just looked over to chat and I just read the bottom fucking thing. Xavier, what the hell?
Tom, I know you know damn well what I'm talking about.
You're the one bringing it up, though. Like, you're the one going into detail about anything.
Just explain his point to.
I'm surprised you're not using moderator powers.
Don't do this exact thing. It's like, give this an awful lot of thought.
I will be right back. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
No, you're not allowed. You're grounded.
No.
You can talk again once you can be trusted.
God.
And the old sheriff will speak up at this point.
Jesus, you have 44 timeouts, Xavier. What the hell?
Is that guy the sheriff?
Yeah. It's almost like you do it every time we stream.
I do not do it every time we stream. Just almost every time.
Okay. Almost every time, but you do it multiple times to make up for the times you don't.
Sometimes.
So wait, do we actually fuck with the sheriff?
That is up to you all to find out, perhaps.
Oh,
I mean, you've
I hope
said
so. Because you're gonna have to shoot the sheriff, Tom. You know this, right?
just not
And
the
you're gonna have to. Yeah, don't shoot the deputy.
Bob Marley reference. Was it 30 years too soon right now? I know Bob Marley got his career started in the 60s, but I don't think he took off until the 70s, right? I could be wrong.
I don't know. Whenever he was in between beating his wife.
It's the old cowboy will speak up this time, and he's like, "No, stranger here has got a point. Wasn't the folks on Wall Street? Just like the pastor says, this is God's retribution upon us."
end of days.
allowing these sinful ways to propagate in our town. But well, stranger, if you don't like it, like you said, you're welcome to finish that coffee and keep moving. You can just leave us here to watch the dust roll by.
Well, as much as I'd like to. You see, the thing is, I'm looking for a fella.
The waitress will speak and she's like, "You some kind of bounty hunter?"
Been, on occasion. When the pay is good, at least.
See, I'm looking for
For a
myself.
brief moment, you kind of see a spark light up a little bit, and she's like, "Well, I guess I can't get my hopes up too much. That would have been the most interesting to happen in quite some time. A gunman coming through looking for his bounty." As you kind of feel it drop down again a little bit.
Oh. You wouldn't believe the stories I've seen, little lady.
You got a lot of them stories?
More than you can imagine.
Tell them the one about Red.
About what?
Red.
Ah,
You're gonna make a video game about me in the future.
Yeah, well, people used to come back through here more often. I get to hear an awful lot of stories, but not so much no more. If you're going to be in town a little bit, I'd sure love to hear some more of those.
well, I don't know if most of my stories are appropriate for a prime, proper young lady like yourself.
As the old cow was a dog, don't bother with him, Winnie. He's probably just blowing smoke.
Yeah, that wouldn't make you feel better, wouldn't it?
Tell them about the boat incident.
No, we don't talk about that.
I'll cut over to the rest of the group real quick as Riker finishes prying off the boards to the front of this hotel. I'll say it's not exactly large. I'll say it's probably about 2 stories tall, which is probably about as big as a building is going to get in this small town.
Holy shit, 2 stories?
A whole 2 stories, Pa.
And Yorkie, that means that is the ground floor and 1 floor above it.
Is that a joke on his home country?
Because I think 2 stories would be like 3 stories here.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, the first floor is the ground floor, first floor.
because when it comes to stories, what they don't. Yorkie can correct us obviously, but from what we've been told, on the other side of the Atlantic is when you apply something as a 1-story building, you're implying it has 1 story above the ground floor. Whereas here, in the U.S., if you say something is 2 stories, you're implying a total of 2 floors, including the ground floor.
But is there a basement there?
I have never been to a building, Adam, in Texas that had a basement.
It's also
Man,
like,
I went to an open house over here where there was a basement.
Were you like, what the fuck is this?
It
It's
was
'cause
weird.
they built them on hills, and so it's easy for them to make basements.
Yeah, there's a lot of really old houses here that have basements. But that was back when you needed like a cellar for.
And no, Daestra, we try to keep the fucking vampires out.
it's been sent for them here anyway.
Yeah, basements aren't a very normal feature in homes in Texas.
Yeah.
Not out here, because
Yeah,
there are
no,
no tornadoes.
Yeah.
but like over there, there's probably like in
So I've
Central
lived here. I've lived in San Antonio. I've lived in Killeen. Obviously, that's not a huge sample size because Texas is fucking huge, but none of those places I was ever at a home that had a basement. Not just living in a home that had a basement,
How long
but
did
like
you live in Killeen?
other people's homes. I never saw a basement until I went to go visit family in Colorado.
But how long are you living in Colleen for? Because if it's more than 2 seconds, I'm sorry, Colleen sucks.
I was for probably about 2 years when I was a kid.
Oh, ouch. I was in Longview for fucking 3 months, and that was too much.
I know it's not the worst city in Texas. I don't think so, but every time I think of like Lubbock,
No,
There's
Kilgore.
Midland.
Fuck Kilgore.
Lubbock on the radio, not that
There is Midland.
it's just that there's nothing. It's like, wow, this town has a Chinese buffet. How cool!
It doesn't anymore, I bet.
Fucking Kilgore is such a middle of nowhere hick fucking shithole. There literally are oil derricks in the Walmart parking lot.
How World of Darkness.
God. Like, there's fucking oil derricks everywhere out here, but that's too much. To, like,
They have like these little ones. Like they have like little pet oil derricks that are like maybe 12 feet, and they're just in people's fucking backyards, the Walmart parking lot. Like, just, like it's a fucking thing. Like they're lampposts. I have never seen anything like it.
I got nothing else going on.
I took one look at that place, and man, I just
oil derricks in your parking lot, and you're like, this is Pentex squared.
ugh.
I was
No,
today
it's
years
too
old
small
when I
town.
learned
There's
what-
too many Garou around there.
when I learned that oil derricks are called oil derricks.
Oh, what happened? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, but before we have too much of an aside, as Kyle kind of quickly explained, the fact that we don't have tornadoes and that we don't preserve food here, like by more traditional means, there is less of a use for basements here in Texas.
You know, preserve food, we just throw it outside.
West.
Right.
All the places in Tornado Alley, they generally build basements or some kind of shelter.
El Paso is desert, but it's not. If you are thinking of saguaro cactuses, Von Morrison, you are thinking of Arizona.
We got
Truly a
tons of
hellscape.
in Yucca.
We're a mountain desert. It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a mountainous desert. Or we're like 35 to 4,000 feet.
Yeah, people genuinely get
I don't know
altitude
what
sickness
that
here.
is. Yeah, I don't know what that is in meters, sadly. It's hot, windy, and it gets real cold at the time. So figure that shit out.
It's cold in the morning, it's back to 80 degrees in the day.
I say
We're,
real
uh,
cold, but like 20s, 30s in the winter.
We're
And
at 1,200 meters.
Yeah, here most of us live. Well, I think all of us now live on the west side, as I'm the only one that lived on the other side of town. So we're all kind of up on the side of the mountain over here.
Yeah.
But coming into this abandoned hotel, you guys can kind of see dusty drapes put over the furniture. Yeah, this place has clearly been closed at least over a year with the amount of dust you can see building up in here. And even though the windows have been boarded up, this place is still full of dust, especially like on the floor near where the windows were, where the doorways were. As you come into what seems to be actually if you can look through the dirt, if you kind of clear it away, it actually seems to have some actual nice decorated tiling on the floor.
Can my cat make footprints in the dirt in the dust?
Can your cat what?
Mhm.
Can my cat make dust footprints?
Oh yeah. If your cat's kind of jumping out of your, I'm assuming you typically carry the cat around, or he's
He's on my shoulder.
riding shoulder.
I'll be right back.
No, he won't.
No, we can't ban Xavier from chat.
So this place looks like it's been empty for a while, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna approach Eleanor. Hutch has one dot in gray mare. So
What is that again?
it's fairy occult.
Oh, I have that. Can't see in here. 1 second. Flashlight. There you go. Where is that under?
It's a knowledge.
Oh, I see. Okay, I don't have that.
Okay.
Ooh.
Just to clarify something, Ron Morrison, despite what you see on the news a lot of the stuff that happens with the cartels really doesn't affect us here in El Paso, other than if something happens because you have family on the other side of the border. Almost all of the violence and stuff like that, it's kind of weird how it happens. But like the border between El Paso and Juarez, almost all of the violence of the drug stuff, not that people don't do drugs here, but the absolute worst of it is on the other side of the border.
Yeah,
El Paso,
it's pretty
El
tame
Paso,
here.
El Paso is typically ranked amongst one of the safest large cities in the United States.
Which is, it's always super weirded me out that White Wolf decided we were a Sabbat city.
That's why I don't agree with that. If we were to run El Paso on stream, I would insist it be Anarch territory, because this is not Sabbat territory.
Texas is Anarch, damn it.
No, I meant Von Morrison. I meant in person.
I have some real ideas for El Paso by night, but we'll get to that when that happens.
Excuse me.
Oh, you got a
Also, I'm not going to trust a bunch of Wisconsinites and Scandinavians. What the South is like.
Accurately portray Texas, yeah. Or Mexico, for that matter.
Yeah. Since the drug wars ended years ago, and there's only one cartel in charge of the area, smuggling season is pretty tame.
But yes, I'd like to approach Eleanor.
Approach.
Madam Slua, a favor, if you wouldn't mind?
Sure, what is it?
Is there any chance you might be able to see if this building is currently inhabited?
Hi!
Just yell it. Did you want my cat to investigate, or did you want me to wander?
If it's an ability you're not currently aware of, Melinda, Slua have the ability to see the dead.
Oh, cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, Hutch is asking if there's ghosts here.
Ah, okay. Is that or like?
I believe it should be where the Slua section is. I don't know if Chaz wrote it down on your character sheet or not.
I did not have it written down.
She's an independent woman. She don't need no man to fill out her character sheet.
I did fill it out myself. I probably.
No, that's okay. But if you open the Changeling rulebook on the Slua page, it should tell you the role to basically sense the dead.
Okay. Oh wait, there it is.
Oh.
Sharpen senses? Is that what that is? No. I'm so professional.
It's okay.
You're right up there with everybody else.
You're part of CAFCON now.
I have read through the book twice, and I still don't fucking remember half the things I should remember.
It is under sharpened senses. Slua are also capable of seeing lurking ghosts. This requires the player to make a successful perception plus kenning roll, difficulty 7. By spending a point of glamour, the Slua can also converse with these spirits.
She can just kind of actively see the dead, then?
She has to roll for it.
Okay. What's the roll?
Yeah, diff 7.
Okay.
Perception kenning.
Let me see.
Ah, my eyes.
My kenning, I don't remember what that's under. Oh, wait, that's my cat. What the fuck am I doing? Kenning, I have 2. And perception, I have 4. So I need 6 dice.
You have pretty good perception.
Or did I just put the dice?
Slua have to be good at picking up all those secrets people don't want them to know about.
Yeah, really.
So, yeah.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah. El Paso is ironically one of the safest large cities in the U.S. as compared to Juarez at one point was more dangerous than active war zones in the Middle East.
They're 20s, right? Or
10s.
not 10s, yeah.
It should be all 10s in that bag, maybe a couple D6.
Yeah, I got them.
I set those aside for the age system.
And I need to get a what? A 7?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. I got 3. 3 successes.
3 successes. So you kind of open your dark eyes to the world of the dead. As the sort of dry rot almost starting to take in place of this building amplifies a bit. And you can kind of see around the building, and it doesn't seem there's any spirits active in the area.
Okay.
This is not the This is not the Overlook Hotel, unfortunately.
There's only like 2 ghosts.
Allegedly.
What, in the Overlook?
How do you spell
Oh
your
no,
name?
nothing about it.
Yes.
Nope. Doesn't look like there's anyone here.
I suppose that should make me feel better, but it doesn't. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Yes, as the cat chimes in and says, well, other than the dust bunnies, as he kind of crawls under some linens, covering an old couch.
Was that couch microwaved?
No, we don't have a hairdryer and tinfoil. Well, everyone, I suppose rest where you see fit tonight. Tomorrow I will see to the mayor's office and square us away as legally as possible.
So you guys just gonna sleep through the whole day and the night?
No. Hutch is probably... He's going to push himself a little bit. And if he has to spend willpower for this, so be it. But he's probably going to try to sleep like 3 or 4 hours. And like get up early and get this square. Because I don't want fucking problems.
Alright, what about the rest of you?
I don't know where everyone went, so I guess I'm hoofing it outside.
We're in a town of 500 people. We'll see the motherfucker again.
Where are you guys
You
leaving the
see, you see the car parked outside the fucking hotel, and you're like, oh, I guess they're in here.
They got robbed.
Oh, the guys who robbed him are in here.
Starts blasting.
Like, there's ghosts now. Oh, no.
Now there's ghosts.
What's that Danny DeVito meme? It's like, so I start blasting.
So I started blasting.
Yeah.
This thing had my pieces. I'm gonna sleep all the way through until I can get rest.
So if it's about 4 or 4:30, you're gonna be sleeping until like
Noon.
4:30, or until so you're gonna sleep about 4 hours.
The high noon. Close the front door though, so no.
Wait till noon?
Like I said, you guys basically traveled all day and all night. So as I said, it's about 4 in the morning. Okay, yeah, if you slept,
Yeah.
you'd be waking up at noon if you went to bed at 4.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you? Are you just gonna kind of sleep on a dusty couch covered with a white sheet, or you gonna break into a room, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll look around the hotel. Just like see if anyone
There's more than one story.
Yeah, there's 2 stories.
in the room for shits and giggles.
Are you gonna explore one of the bottom floors or one of the top floors?
I'll go up. Why not?
I'll also go upstairs with my cat.
What about
Hutch is going to
you, Adam?
sleep in the lobby. He's going to be close to the door, so in case law enforcement does come knocking, he's there.
So just kind of leaning up against the wall, tipping your head over, and
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Hello, Derper Sherpa. Paul's gonna get the blanket from the top of the car and find a room.
Oh, is there somebody new? I'm sorry, I missed it. Hello.
So you're just gonna find a room on the first floor to kind of break into it.
Yeah.
We do not have Nightbot. Honestly, I've been meaning to get that set up, and just, man, my whole existence is 3 sheets to the wind now. I beg your pardon. I'll get that running eventually.
The spokes.
Save us from the bicycles.
Our uptime is 1:44. Right?
An hour 44 minutes.
Yeah.
Alright, so is Crude Art just gonna break into one of the rooms on the bottom floor?
Yeah.
Upstairs floor.
But if we can't break in, just sleep in the hallway.
Oh yeah, that's alright. I said Crude Art, but I meant Kazaa.
Oh.
We both have the K. What if that's to change it? Yeah.
The second letter is very different, damn it.
I know.
Crew and car, totally separate. Don't take this from me.
Avery will kind of look down at Hutch, kind of settling in right by the door, and he's like, "Oh hell, I'm sleeping in the bed." As he's also gonna, he will kind of look behind the front desk, find a key, and go look for a room.
At least he's smart enough to grab a key.
The rest of you guys are just fucking breaking doors in.
You're smash, crash, bang.
Because of more damage.
I mean,
Listen, it's
I
more
was,
fun this
like,
way.
killing in the lobby.
Yeah, you said Rikers is falling asleep in the lobby?
Yeah, just like, fuck it. I got my blankie.
You don't have a copy that you can just kind of pull around you?
Plus, now we can kill the first person to walk in.
There's a poncho on it.
Ha
But yet, kind of as Eleanor and Krudar start to explore the second floor, you can actually tell that you see that the floor is carpeted, which is a relatively exquisite touch in this day and age, even if it is rather dusty at the moment. But passing by the walls and the way the styling
HG,
is
you're
done
wonderful. We appreciate you.
with the wallpaper, you can tell that this is probably not a very old hotel. Even if it is, it was redesigned at least in the past 20 years, as it seems to be done in a relatively nice kind of red, black, and white Art Deco style that is rather diminished by the presence of dust in the air and on the floor and kind of drying and cracking any of the paint that there might be. But considering the size of the town, this isn't a very large hotel. In a lot of ways, it might be more akin to a large manse or mansion, in that you kind of go up a set of stairs circling the foyer / the concierge's desk, and it kind of goes up and splits into two wings where there's going to be rooms on either side, where you can kind of see down in the front lobby from the banisters that that Hutch is taking up a position by the door. Riker seems to be kind of just laying his head down in the lobby, and Kazaa is going down towards the foyers to the left and the right of the first floor, himself looking for a room, and Avery doing much the same.
Can I check if any of the doors are just kind of like unlocked in general? Like, are any of them just unlocked? Like somebody didn't get a chance to lock them? I'm sorry, say that again?
No, I'll say if you kind of like going around jiggling door to door, you'll find probably one that's going to be open.
Cool.
Through a closet, though.
Xavier, I will enforce the werewolf fursuit.
Then that'll be fine, because we'll all be able to do nothing and get free money. But we have to get there first.
True.
What about you, Krudar? How are you holding up?
Good, just breathing through.
Are you just going to kind of break in, or are you just also going to kind of jiggle locks until you find a door that was left unattended?
I'll jiggle locks the first pass.
Much the same. You'll find that this wasn't necessarily abandoned in a haste, but it doesn't seem like they were expecting to take off with much here. As other than the sheets and the locked doors, there wasn't a great expectancy that this place was going to open back up.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I guess I'll just look for some kind of nice suite into the hall or something to make myself cozy.
Yeah. Go for those of you that are breaking into rooms or finding rooms that are open. You'll see that despite the dust that has permeated the building and the cobwebs that are probably starting to build up in corners and the like, this was probably a pretty nice hotel back in its day. The the sheets, even though they're a little worn down now due to a lack of attention, and going to puff up if you try to jump on them right away, were probably pretty nice back in their day. And back across the street at the diner, Dustbowl is brewing.
Dun 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 dun.
Nice.
As I believe the last comment that Mom Garston made was implying that the old cowboy was himself perhaps blowing smoker, not going to make himself feel better by diminishing the tall tales of one Mom Garston. As Winnie, as you heard her name being called by the old cowboy, will ask you, so what do you be ordering? The menu's a little small now, but we still got most of the essentials.
Got beans.
You got beans?
Yeah, we can fix you up a bowl of beans. And you'll see here kind of go. Are you going to ask? Oh, well, you go ahead, Tom.
I was just gonna say, oh, then you know how to put a smile on my face.
She'll kind of give you a bit of a light smile before it quickly kind of fades off of her face as she goes into the back where you can see a rather lanky cook kind of take a can out from under a counter.
Homemade.
Yeah, it says homemade on the can. Kind of pops it open with one of those can opener knives and puts it into a pot and starts to set it to boil.
Hey, hold up, I want it cold.
I want my beans cold. The only time I can think of that you would eat beans cold is in like a 3-bean salad or something like that. Even then, what a waste of beans.
I'm not gonna lie, I've eaten beans out of a can that was cold before.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
How old were you and how desperate were the times, though, Tom?
It was probably about 8 months
Yeah,
ago.
last week. Oh, God. The corona just hits. I didn't know what I was going to do. My gas was cut off. Even though I have an electric stove.
It is straight up. I was just like, I don't feel like going out to get something to eat. It was already late, and I didn't really feel like doing the dishes, so I didn't want to put it in a bowl.
On a can of cold beans.
Yeah.
They at least
Yep.
chili beans.
I've only done that with like Chef Boyardee ravioli out of a
So,
can.
do you like them warm or cold?
Honestly, it doesn't matter.
All right.
They're just beans.
They're beans.
I too have eaten cold Chef Boyardee out of a can, but not cold beans.
Yeah, I've never done the beans.
Why am I being ostracized? This isn't that weird.
It's not that weird, but it seems like it was desperate times, and it turns out you just didn't want to do the dishes.
It was just the Rona.
Most of I've been to that was like refried beans straight out of the. But
I haven't done that.
Yeah,
That's weird.
but what's worse, they're like Taco Bell brand beans.
Ooh.
Yeah, some bottom shelf shit.
So it's like a bean paste.
Yeah. Straight out of the can. Holds its shape like cranberry sauce.
I told Chaz about it, but I've been listening to this podcast called Voluminous, where the founders of the H.P. Lovecraft Historical Society read the letters of H.P. Lovecraft and kind of comment on them and the people he's referring to and stuff like that. And in one of the letters to the Fritz Lieber's family, he describes his dietary habits, and one of his favorite chefs, he says, is the Mr. Chef Boyardee.
The famous.
And apparently Lovecraft in his apartment, I think back in New York, didn't have a kitchen. And so the only way he could reheat his canned food was to put it on the radiator.
I fucking believe it. Those things got dangerous.
And I was just like, damn. I too
Velveeta
might come
and
up with a Cthulhu mythos if I had to heat beans on a radiator.
Velveeta and ketchup sandwiches. Shut your mouth, Daestra.
Ooh.
Also, Josh, your camera's on, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's weird. I'm having a glitch on my end then, because I can't see you on the Discord.
I can.
Also, goddammit, I finally thought of something that might be able to beat Daestra at the white trash off, and I can't remember what the fuck it was. All the stupid
See, when we do the CAFCON convention, or we do when we finally set up a LARP that people can come to.
Yeah, we have a Capcom.
So Chaz, you're gonna have to moderate or run a panel or event called the White Trash Off.
No, just a Kokomo by night. Just the vampire alert.
I'll never forget how when we went to Kokomo and I realized I was in a privileged area when the only other Hispanics I saw were fixing a roof.
I shouldn't laugh at that. There's real pain there.
It's bad.
They lived on a golf course.
White trash wouldn't play. Enjoyed it.
Same, yeah. Poverty bros.
Have you guys ever eaten like toast that with like butter and like sugar and cinnamon on it?
I actually have.
Yes.
I've done
I
that.
was
I
hungry.
used to get those at school.
I've eaten straight sugar before.
Okay.
I actually have done that before.
No, I haven't done the bread, butter, and sugar, but I did the Hispanic equivalent where you heat up a flour tortilla, you put butter and cinnamon.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
So good.
I used to make cheese quesadillas, right? I would take a flour tortilla, I would take 4 sticks of string cheese, microwave it, and then occasionally I would put like green fucking salsa in it.
So we need to go on a munchie run.
It wasn't bad.
Well, then the stream here, guys. We're gonna pick up some food.
I officially want some said sugar and cinnamon.
Oh, tortilla.
Buttered tortillas? That's
Yeah, tortilla con mantequilla. Yeah, that's good.
You know what? You know what else I used to eat? I used to eat just pats of butter.
You know what?
Just cut off a slice of butter from like a steak.
Another afternoon sitting on my porch.
I would do that as like a child.
I always wanted to do that as a child. Nobody let me. Daestra, if you can legitimately beat string cheese enchiladas, I have to bow out. You are the superior white trash, my friend, and I have been humbled.
I think Velveeta and ketchup sandwiches and
That is fucking vile.
it's more disgusting than it is like white trash. Like I feel they're both on the same poverty scale. One's just kind of gross as a flavor
Macaroni and mustard.
Oh god damn!
Macaroni and mustard.
Shut your damn mouth! I'm tired.
People
You
add
put that
mustard
sentence back in your
to mac
mouth.
and cheese. People add mustard to mac and cheese. Like that's a.
I know, and it's so strange to me.
Although we used to make mayonnaise sandwiches when we were kids, my sister and I. Well,
Man, I
usually it was
Usually
Miracle
mac and
Whip, but we
cheese
were just
just
like,
said macaroni and mustard.
I've also had mayonnaise sandwiches.
Oh, yeah. Cereal and water. That's a great one. Butter sandwiches.
ooh, I can beat cereal and water. My parents, when we'd really get short on money and there was like no food stamps or anything, they would make milk by mixing water and coffee creamer and put that in the cereal.
I mean, that's pretty much the same thing, realistically.
It doesn't taste the same, Kyle.
It doesn't taste the same, but chemically.
I've seen
Hey man, we
someone
baked a pan.
Butter sandwich.
I've seen someone eat cereal with orange juice because they didn't have milk, and I look at them like they were crazy.
Well, what kind of cereal was it? Hang on. Like, if
think
that's
it-
just like regular ass Cheerios, a big fucking deal. You're eating
I
no
think it was-
flavor with.
It's got to be
with orange
discount
juice.
Cocoa
I
Krispies.
think, I think it was.
Yeah,
I don't
like
remember.
10-pound
I think it was like a chocolate cereal. I don't remember which one.
Okay, now that person's a war criminal.
I'm surprised they haven't come out with like a type of cereal just called Kid Kibble.
That's
Yeah,
called
kids.
Cocoa Puffs.
Just the child version of Bachelor Child, reeling it back in a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I think I know someone who beats your awful cereal, Charlie.
What is it?
I knew a guy who would put ketchup in his cereal.
Ew, what the?
I mean, that's just gross.
Wait, what kind of cereal?
I don't know. I don't.
Oh, okay, because
I actually like. I think I have
If it's
some.
on shredded wheat, it's fine. But if it's on Frosted Flakes, go fuck yourself.
I think I have someone on my Facebook that they say they use ketchup in almost everything. That they even put it like in ice cream and stuff like that. I'm like,
oh,
what?
Okay.
Xavier is dying.
That's we can shit on this,
people
but
disgust me.
I know you fuckers remember that time we ate fucking queso with Oreos,
Yep.
You guys,
and that shit was not bad.
I mean,
It tasted like vanilla ice cream.
fuck you, Yorkie. I invented that.
The Clapon exclusive.
Okay,
So,
Yorkie, talk to us when you've had a chicken nugget pizza with Whataburger gravy on it.
White fucking country gravy.
Back at the diner, Tom. There's a bit of tension in the air as your beans are being heated up, and old Cowboy's probably going to order something a little more traditional, probably biscuits with white gravy on them.
Philistine.
As you serve your beans in a bowl with a bit of that nice government shredded cheese.
Oh man, that never goes bad.
And some pretty clearly stale saltine crackers.
You heretic.
Literally, there'd be times, like back in the day. I'm sorry, Josh, but back in the day, we would, we'd
Here's what
gather,
the stream is now.
we'd gather together, and we'd go grab food at some point during that. We would go around with Xavier like 3 different places, and he'd go to like McDonald's for McNuggets. He would go to usually Pizza Hut for what we'd call a plugger, which is just all of the cheese, and then he would go to Whataburger and just order gravy, just 2 things of gravy, and he'd put that together.
And then he
somewhere
wondered why he had
involved,
salt
bring the
stones.
queso.
You know what, Melinda? I'm here for a good time.
I will forever give you shit for that.
So what do we call like a full plugger with gravy? Is it just like a saucy plugger or what?
The saucy plug.
It's the Plugger Supreme.
Yeah.
The plugger supreme.
Look how poor we were.
I'm done.
Hey, fast food is cheap, man.
Yeah, that is the feast that has been set before you, Tom. Canned chili beans, some shredded government cheese, clearly a bit of powder adhering to them, and some stale saltines.
How did they get stale? Jesus Christ.
You'd be surprised.
Well, I appreciate the hospitality, Miss, what was her name?
Winnie?
Winnie.
Or Winifred, if you want to be formal.
Do I sound like the kind of guy who's formal?
Holy
So far-
shit, HTG.
What?
Are you for real, my guy? We're not
what happened?
that good. I don't know if
What-
I should say it like out loud, but I will. I'll put it in our group chat.
We have one of those?
Yeah.
Whatever your glorious benefactorness has done, HTG, I appreciate it.
Like, I appreciate you. Don't get me wrong, but holy fuck, man. I don't know. I'm speechless.
So you're telling her thanks for the hospitality, and I'm assuming this is where you finish your bowl of beans and leave?
Yeah. Find out that my posse is missing and I don't quite know where they went.
Well, you probably are going to have a bit of a clue as you see what seems to be a rather lanky looking sheriff starting to
Melinda, get your cat.
walk into some very clearly boards that have been broken off of a hotel across the street.
Well, I mean, would that be obvious to someone with one intellect?
I will say, you see your posse's car parked in front of what is clearly an abandoned boarded-up hotel. It seems the boards have been stripped off of the front door, and there's a rather probably early 20s looking sheriff with a thin brown mustache, hair kind of combed over to one side, and he seems to be approaching the building.
Also, the doorknob's gold.
Oh, okay, that means I can enter.
HTG, I won't say that we deserve it, but I will say that we will do everything in our power to try to.
Surely we deserve better.
Oh my god.
Fucking Xavier.
Step it up,
So you,
everyone else.
so you're just gonna walk into the building where it looks like the boards have been pulled off the door?
I suppose.
As you kind of walk to open the door, if you take a good close look as he started to approach, you're going to see he doesn't quite have the sheriff's badge, but he seems to be a deputy. Is that no? You know what's going on over here in this building?
Boy, I just rolled into town. I don't know none about any of these buildings, besides that one being the place where I get my beans now. As I thumbed the diner.
I will remind you that when you left Javier's bar back in San Antonio, he told you that he had a cousin that lived in Crucifixion who made a pretty good pot of beans as well.
I'm sure that guy had 6 different names now.
He is simply the Hispanic bartender, whose name I'm pretty sure starts with a J. He can be Javier, Josue,
Julio.
Yeah, Julio. I might have said Julio at one point. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was definitely Julio at one point.
Yeah, it was Julio because I remember I was like, oh, I don't want to just name somebody the same as one of our players. So yeah, it was Julio. Julio has a cousin who he said lives in Crucifixion. If you said you were looking for a place to stay, and who you inquired about, it turns out he makes a pretty good pot of chado beans.
Ah. Boy, you wouldn't happen to know Julio?
And the deputy looks rather dumbfounded, and he's like, now you come to my town and start asking me questions. Strange, I don't even know who you are. What you asking for, Julio?
Well, you're the deputy. That means you're supposed to be somewhat of an ambassador for people rolling through.
As he kind of puffs up a bit, he's like, I am an important figure in this town, that is beyond a doubt, but...
Oh, very so.
You wouldn't happen to be with these squatters here, would you?
Me? Nah, not at all.
How long do you think you spent in the diner from the time that everybody kind of broke into this hotel and started trying to shack up?
Maybe about 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah, so at this point everybody's probably barely started to settle in.
Regaling Winnie with stories. And, probably annoying the old cowboy a bit.
You said that
I know how I got these cars.
You said Hutch was going to try to push off sleeping for a little bit, right, Chaz?
Ish. More that he was gonna wake up early the next day, but
okay.
He did specifically stay near the door, so if anything happens, he'd be the first to intercept.
Ha! Too bad for you.
Yeah, that didn't work out.
As I shoot the.
You're just going to turn this into a Coen Brothers movie or something, Tom. One of the more farcical ones. I do like Hail Caesar. I thought that one was a little I don't know if it was underrated, but I thought it was funny. Yeah, as he asked about the square, then the deputy in that case will say, "Well, you don't mind moving past, so to speak."
Well, I mean, I'm still looking for Julio.
If you're looking for one of the Mexicans,
I believe that's the case.
I believe most of them live pretty close to that little that little shack they call a church near the reservation.
Very good. Now, where will that be?
It'll point you in we'll kind of point you out towards the eastern part of the town as you're kind of currently standing in the center of Crucifixion.
Oh, Yorkie. Internet historian, Rainforest, right now.
Oof.
Wait. Okay, wait till we're done. After this, then go to YouTube, Internet historian, Rainforest.
That's a journey.
Sure, why'd you have that ready?
The rabbit hole I'm afraid of.
Is it the Internet historian one, though, Daestra? If so, full marks.
Yeah, you have been told the where the Mexicans live. You have been told they live.
It is full marks.
What's up?
Oh, just the video is the one Jez was saying.
Hey, I knew you had taste.
So what do you do once you've been given the information, Tom?
Well, I whistle for my horse and I start making my way over there. I still am not quite 100% sure where am I possibly. I have a good idea that they might be in there, but I don't know that for sure.
Well, see, as you get close to the building, you can only walk. You're pretty sure?
Oh, so the longer I stay away from here, eventually one of you guys is gonna come and tell me to fucking come back.
Basically. One of us is going to drop out of the sky.
I mean, I could, but...
Well, I suppose that is a decent place to leave it off, as the deputy is about to try to run some squatters out of town. You all know the hobo problem in the 30s.
Yeah. What kind of asshole would play one of those?
Yeah, Jack London was a hobo at one point. He wrote The Rails. Author of White Fang and Call of the Wild.
Hey, man.
2x everybody.
Woo.
Y'all have made it to the town of Crucifixion and have possibly started to make your first enemies.
Hey, man. All things
He
good time,
started.
right?
What's up?
Now as we get closer to being friends.
Oh yeah, according to Dragon Ball or anime rules in general, you have to make people your enemies before they can become your friends.
Yeah. Exactly.
So please, feel free to vote, everybody, gentleman and lady, on who you think should get the bonus XP, the chat as well.
I would like to vote for Tom this session for doing exactly what I chastised him for, because conflict is the essence of drama, and by doing that, you're making my job harder, but you're also making this a much more rich story, and that is, I mean, yeah, what more can you say? Did you want me to read the comments from Changeling Dose?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. Let me pull that up. I guess while everybody else votes.
When are we going to upload Changeling the Lost Chapters?
I'm going to vote for Tom for the consistent
What the
back and
fuck?
forth.
Oh, hey,
with his
I
nemesis.
didn't turn off the volume on this. Sorry. No, I don't want to be
I
a
will
level
vote
10
for
under
Kyle
boss
for the flying car.
That is one vote for Kyle, one vote for Tom. Or 2 votes for Kyle, 2 votes for, or 1 vote for Tom. As Yusuf is also voting for Kyle for the flying car.
Is it to Tom, to me? Because both me and Chaz voted for Tom.
I will also give it to Kyle personally because of the car thing. I thought that was funny.
Oh my god, he's just right. We need to leave.
We have a job to do. Away.
We're gonna kill Hitler.
Here, choose the tagline.
One vote for Chess. From Daestra for trying to keep the mission going smoothly while Tom's burning it to the ground. Ron Morrison is giving one to Eleanor for continuously rolling with the cannon cat pick she uses in being awesome.
Wait, what?
You
Can I
get a
use my
just
vote
for
to
being
take
here.
away one from Adam?
And I was gonna vote for you.
If that's the
Daniel,
case,
but
then
no.
I change my vote too.
Oh god.
Thank you, Von Morrison.
And there's one vote for Yorkie for having terrible, horrible food.
I mean, he's from the UK. That's not fair. All their food's horrible.
Valanos gives a vote to Chaz for attempting the Sisyphean task of containing Tom and X.
One does not contain the avalanche. One just tries to direct it away from civilization.
Yorkie votes for Chaz for trying to stay diplomatic. Hot Trash is changing his vote from Yorkie to the Goth to help her catch up XP-wise.
Yay.
Von Morrison is taking one away for not doing weird shit.
Quick, jerk him off with your toes.
This is the double-edged blade, Adam.
I know. This is what I've become.
They expect you to do weird things, and when you don't, you disappoint them. Oh, how fickle the crowd is.
Yorkie, fish and chips are pretty delicious, but I don't get the whole thing with having mushy peas with them. But,
I actually do enjoy fish chips.
Mushy peas? What the fuck?
Yeah, they eat mushy peas with it.
Ew.
I think I don't know the history of English cuisine, right? But I think it actually comes from an old medieval recipe. Whereas
I think it's potted peas is what
yeah.
you're thinking of.
well, no, they would make like peas potted, but then they would also like put it over fish because they that's what they could afford.
I mean, sure, but I mean, I'm just not a fan of peas. So that's
Okay. So we only have 3 comments on Changeling 2. Hermes Trimegestus says, looking forward to seeing the characters interact with each other. Happy New Year and stay strong, CAFCON. Well, first of all, Happy New Year to you, and second of all, I think you got your wish this one, at least. Frederick Seelek says, hey guys, I normally lurk around. Just passively give all my votes to Adam. Even if he's not there or asleep. Like a permanent +1 lol. Okay, bye. I'm a binge watch your videos now.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, I don't want to endorse that because I feel like that's abusable. Like the whole point is, hey, let's give people a pat on the back and have you guys interact with us. But
I will count it as towards Adam this one time, though.
okay, there you go. And says gang. So there's
Alan Stifle.
dang it.
Adam, you get 1 bonus XP.
You know what? I've actually had that recently with Charlie, and that was actually pretty good.
which one?
Spotted dick.
I too have had spotted dick.
Yeah, because you bought it, and we both
It
tried it.
wasn't bad. I remember. So, am I the only one that's familiar with the YouTuber named Ashens?
I do not know who they are.
Okay, Ashens is a UK guy, and he'll do like weird like food or weird crap he got at the dollar store. It's really entertaining. Well, he did this one episode with like this goblin meat pie, and I just thought Goblin was this like great brand. So I immediately texted my two English friends at the time. I don't know if you were in our oeuvre yet, Yorkie, otherwise I'd have asked you as well. But I texted Matthew Dawkins, and I texted my other English friend that nobody here would know, and literally neither one of them had ever heard of Goblin. So I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm about to eat, but I'm about to eat it. And so Melinda and I finally tried spotted dick for the first time, and you know what? Banger. It was pretty good.
It's pretty good. I have an interest in like the way the English make like puddings. So like I actually want to try like a lot more, but like spotted dick is pretty good.
David, I believe for this session you're the only one who hasn't voted yet.
I vote for
Well,
Kuda for the flying car and the meme that came afterwards.
Alright, Adam hasn't voted then. Adam, who else do you have? Or who are you voting for?
I'm gonna vote for X for swearing up to the not sheriff guy. I don't know who he is.
It's just a general Western dude.
Yeah, you're a Western dude. Yeah.
That guy cannot. I've literally spoken to the spirit of the West.
Every cowboy will fail to live up to him. But yeah, so far Kyle and Chaz are tied with 3 votes each. If no more votes are coming in or nobody decides to change it, Adam will be the only one getting bonus XP because one person voted for him on the on the video.
I get the.
I believe I changed my vote to remove one from him.
That he did say that.
I want to give negativity. Yeah.
I was gonna say, Tom, didn't you vote for Chaz or somebody?
I voted for Kyle, but if I change
Oh,
my
you voted
vote,
for Kyle.
that negates one of those and negates one for Adam.
Well, technically, Adam's vote comes from the comments on the video. So far, Adam hasn't received any votes this time.
My vote is still going through it.
So you have to go comment on the video, Tom, and then it'll tie itself out.
Walnuts? I have not.
You mean Rocky Mountain oysters?
Neither have I had Rocky Mountain oysters.
Neither have I. It's a very common food that you say as a joke to people to try in the South and the West, but I myself have never tried Rocky Mountain oysters.
I've heard they're really good, but yeah, never tried them.
I can't stomach oysters, so nope.
They're not real oysters, Adam.
They're not.
There's no ocean in the Rocky Mountains.
They're like fancy weird chicken nuggets.
Okay.
I Google it too.
I mean, that's what they look like. There's deep fried testicles.
Oh, my Twitch crashed. I can't see the chat anymore. But if that's it, I believe.
Voted against Adam.
No toast, don't vote. Oh my god. I have HTG.
But you saw my toe driving the on the top of the steering wheel.
Alright, I believe that if nobody else is changing their vote or anybody else is voting in the chat, I believe Adam will be the only one to get bonus XP this session.
I said I changed my vote.
Oh, yeah. Charlie, Charlie has one more vote than me.
Oh, did somebody vote for him?
Well, Tom changing his vote.
To negative my vote.
To be fair to the chat, I do think Mazzy submitted a tie-breaking vote as well.
Oh yeah, she did.
Oh yeah, she did.
Mazzy, dude.
Who did Mazzy vote for?
Chaz.
Then Chaz gets the bonus XP and Adam gets a bonus XP.
Woo! What's the base for tonight?
Oh, I said 2.
Not cool.
Forgive me, I was not listening.
It's okay.
I didn't hear it either.
But I bid you all a good night.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Good session.
Thank you all for playing and for tuning in. And to our generous patrons, particularly this night, HTG.
Thank you to the Merchants Guild.
We should raid somebody though.
Oh yeah, right.
Okay, hang on. I'll try not to fuck it up this time.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Make sure it's not a replay.
I gotta save my character sheet first.
Oh yeah. Also, Sleepy Adam's in the chat.
Yeah.
Link out of
One
the chat.
thing. For one thing.
My one thing, yeah. That I can still do.
Okay. I'm opening Twitch.
Not a reap.
We go Tabletop RPGs, and it's us. Children of Netosa by Rifted Gamers. RPG session, or Sessao 36, in Portuguese. I don't know how much. And then we have Odin's Day, World Build Wednesday from BDG Cadigus. Okay, Rifted Gamers is live, and they have 7 people watching. So we are about to, I think, triple their number. How do I do the raid again?
Yusuf said it in chat.
It's
God
in
bless you,
the
Yusuf.
creator dashboard.
Creator dashboard.
There's just a button there.
Cool. I'm assuming I have to copy their channel name.
I mean, you just type it in and it'll find it.
I'm gonna go to sleep now, boys.
No, you're not.
Night, night.
Creator dashboard.
So, there he goes to play Cyberpunk.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do I do this? I'm scared.
Just type in whoever the people
raid
were
channel.
channel's name.
Pick a live channel to raid. Copy paste. Start raid. Get out of here, peeps.
Bye bye.
Good night, everybody. Join the Discord.
Good night.
I hope
Join
you
the
get that.
Discord. Get down in the chat. We love you.
It's giving us a countdown.
All right. Join the Discord. Bye bye.